I'm going to show you how to bend time and crush big projects. I'm Spencer Powell, CEO at BuilderFunnel. We're on our way to generating $1 billion in revenue for our clients. Hit subscribe to follow along. In this video, I'm going to show you how I stopped procrastinating and crushed a big lifetime project of mine in 1/4 of the time. Do you have any big projects or goals in your life right now? If you're anything like me, you probably have several and you're always coming up with more ideas. Airbnb, but for cars. And when the project is so large, it ends up feeling overwhelming and you don't start. For example, maybe this year you want to organize your garage or a storage unit, or maybe you want to lose 20 pounds. It could be anything. Think about a project that you've wanted to accomplish for months or years, but you haven't yet started. Maybe your inner dialogue went a little something like this as you progressed through the year. All right, a new year. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. As the first few months go by, you make some progress, but you're not quite there. Maybe you've lost 5 pounds, but then the reality of life sets in, and it becomes hard to stay consistent. You fall off track and you gain a couple pounds back. As you enter the second half of the year, you realize you're not quite halfway towards your goal. It becomes demotivating. You feel like you don't have enough time. And so, as you close out the year, your inner dialogue is that you don't have enough time. So why bother? And another year goes by. Now, this could apply to any big goal or project. There's something interesting going on psychologically. I learned this in a book I read a few years back, which I'll share with you in a second. At the start of the year, you're fired up. But then, the year feels so long that you feel like you have all the time in the world to complete this big goal or this big project of yours. Then, as you get farther into the year, your mind shifts from, I have all the time in the world, to, I don't have enough time. I'm not even going to start. Our minds are strange that way. Back to this book. It's called The 12-Week Year, and I read it one December, and I wanted to give it a try to see if it would work. So I picked a big goal of mine, which was to write a book. Normally, I would have sat down at the beginning of the year and said, okay, you're going to write this book in 1 year. Seems reasonable, right? Even though 1 year was just an arbitrary number that I just picked out of the air. Instead, I gave myself 12 weeks. Now, the psychology here is that you're super motivated in the first 4 weeks because it's a new project and a new goal and you have less time than you think. The second set of 4 weeks are a little bit of a lull, but then the final 4 weeks, you make a hard push because you're running out of time. When the timeline is compressed, it forces you to think differently. First, I figured out what the average number of pages a typical business book had, and then I translated that into the average number of words that a business book has. Then I took that number and I divided it by 84 days, which is 12 weeks, and that gave me a daily number of words that I needed to write. And this became my #1 top priority. And because it was my top priority, I put time on my calendar every single day to get it done. To be honest, I missed a few days here and there, but I would catch up quickly on the other days. Because I knew what on track or off track looked like, it was super motivating to stay ahead. And if I fell behind, I wanted to catch up quickly. By the end of the 12 weeks, I had done it. I had completed the first draft of this book. I would have normally given myself a whole year and then stumbled into that same trap of feeling like I had all the time in the world, but suddenly feeling like I had no time at all and then not even started the project. Completing this project in 12 weeks did several things for me. 1, it was a lifetime goal that I got to check off my list. 2, it gave me proof that I could do really big things a lot faster than I thought. 3, 12 weeks is also probably an arbitrary number, but that's okay. It allowed me to collapse time and get more done in a shorter window. 4, I picked a big project that would really move my business forward versus just picking some random big goal on my list. I'm curious, what's a big goal or project that's on your list that you'd love to complete in the next 12 weeks? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.